Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 3rd of December 2024. So Paris, I'll come to that in just a moment. PMIs and puking crypto. Good news sparks reinversion of the yield curve. So what's the Paris bit relating to? Well, if you've not seen, according to the news, why the French government is headed for collapse. French government faces collapse in no confidence vote. So that's why that's written there. But it didn't affect the markets a great deal for certain, particularly the German Dax, which is heading for 20,000. PMIs came out stronger than forecast as well, which was a bit of a problem because that's inflationary and so are Trump's policies. So that's not going to help matters at all. Other news, we have US stocks finished mixed and the dollar strengthened following Trump's tariff threat and a Goldilocks ISM manufacturing report. Again, inflationary data, and stocks and dollar catch a bid after more Trump tariff threats. Whether he carries those threats through, it remains to be seen, but obviously nothing until the 20th of January when he's inaugurated, but those policy decisions are now being bandied about. Economic news for today, 3 p.m. we've got the jolts. It's news week or unemployment news this week, employment, unemployment, both. So that's at 3 p.m. So the market's free to make whatever decision it wants to make until such a time. So let's have a look at the markets and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, this was down during yesterday's session, market making a bit of a pullback, but 50,000 is still on the cards for this market without a doubt. You can see the sell-off in the cash market straight away. Somebody obviously wanted to take some profits. And the market then pulled back, but is now finding support at yesterday's close. And like I say, no news until the jolts news is out. German DAX, well, 20,000 is on the cards. That's the line there. That orange line is the 20,000 target. It hasn't got far to go. Let's see what happens when it hits 20,000, whether it can maintain the momentum to continue through, particularly as there's a problem in France, what impact that will have. Maybe because of that happening or potentially happening is why the German DAX moved higher. We've seen all of these, the government will collapse narratives before. They never do. Everybody acquiesces and they carry on with the normal status quo. It's just, a bit of throwing the teddy out of the pram for a moment or two by some politicians, but then they tend to come back and toe the line. So, the DAX, has more than played catch-up with Trump's election. We had a few weeks where it did nothing, but now it's absolutely steaming ahead. You can see this yesterday. The problem I had yesterday was the market was sideways for so long in the morning, and then at 10:25 the market took off. Why did it take off? Let me show you. So, as you'll see here, Iran-backed fighters enter Syria as Russian planes strike rebel positions. And this happened, that says 12 minutes. That was just after the market took off. And I thought, here we go. So that's what drove prices in the German DAX. It was waiting, and there you can see 10:25. And then off we go. Iran-backed militia entered Syria overnight to support President Bashir al-Assad fight against the rebel uprising, according to army sources. So there you go. Syria had obviously Iran-backed fighters, and that sent the German DAX moving to the upside. It was all that was needed, and the market moved over 300 points, but gave a lot of grief in the 2-minute chart, which you'll see a bit further on in the alert. But the market did move in the afternoon, which was useful. So that 20,000 target is on the cards. You could do that with the jolts today, no problem at all. In the S&P, new all-time highs. It's becoming a bit repetitive, isn't it? But we've got a new all-time high in the S&P there at 60.53. I don't know how overvalued these US markets are, or all markets come to that. But they continue to move higher. It's green all the way at the moment for the S&P. 30-minute chart there. Again, very quiet in the morning till the Iran-backed terrorists moved into Syria, or back Syria, I should say, and then moved up, and then sideways overnight. So again, the market loves a war. And even the FT100 is heading back to its all-time high, despite the appalling budget by Reeves, which the market should be tanking, as it's not only inflationary but punitive as well. Against all members of society, but that's another issue. It's not really for the alert, But it goes just to show, doesn't it? Liz Truss puts out a tax-friendly budget. The market tanks because they don't want her. And then they bring it back. And then this one's an absolute shocker. And the market moved down for a few days and then has continued to move back to the upside. You can't make this stuff up. So yesterday, FTSE up, down with the Dow there, back to the close, but soon recovered, and overnight prices struggling with yesterday's high. But watch the 50 EMA and the DP in the 30-minute chart there. And in the US dollar, up yesterday, as you can be seen there, with Trump's tariff, and then the metals also responding in a way that I didn't expect. So let's have a look at those. So yesterday, silver wasn't taken through the 200 MA. In fact, it saw some buying coming into the market. It is oversold, but never let a good opportunity of slamming the silver price go by, which they did overnight, which you can see there. But then during the day, they brought it back, and now also moving higher in the 30-minute chart. Let's wait and see what happens at 1:30 with the LBMA fixing the price. In the gold market, sideways to higher, so that looks like silver's doing a far better job at the moment of moving up than gold, but it's nice and steady in the gold market. That's just spiked up as well as silver. I don't know why, unless there's more war stuff going on. That's let's say reignition of or rather the falling apart already of the peace agreement that was set last week by Israel and Palestine, which I think has already failed, actually, if you do a search for it. So there you go. Skeptical about Israel-Lebanon peace deal. And you can see that was for yesterday. I know there's rumours at the moment that the fighting is still going on. Right, let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. And coming down because, as I said, you could see it in the chart where silver had moved faster than gold. So we didn't quite get to that 90 again, but don't hold your breath. There's plenty of time to get back up to this level, unless we have seen the slamming of the silver price now over following Trump's election victory there. Okay, so have a quick look at yesterday's trades. It doesn't make for good viewing because of that sideways move. They obviously were aware that something was going on with in Syria, and then eventually the market broke out. So brace yourself for not a good or pretty picture here. But the market sideways, and then we had a potential sell. That was filled, that was then reversed, and then the buy was filled and not moved. And then again we had another potential buy, market failed, and another sell took its place, and then that failed because we had another buy. And then the market reversed off that, and then we managed to make it to the scalp and just through, trailed the stop, and then the market reversed and started to come back. And then we had another potential buy, and the market came back, and then the market put in a sell. That failed too as the market moved back. And this bar must have been just a little bit too big to actually give a signal, the range of the bar, because after this the market then started to move. Also notice that the support here was the 200 MA and the psychological level. So without any of the dots on the chart there, you can see the market kept finding support at this psychological level, and also had the 200 MA lending support there as well. The market then moved higher and took off with the news that I showed you earlier, and then it just went up 300 points. Never stopped, never faltered. And then into the afternoon, the market put in a potential buy to move higher, and of course, off we go again. So when there's the US trading came in, the market just sort of said, okay, so they dropped the market with that, took some profits off that, and then we had the PMI news, which came out higher than forecast, and then the market drifted sideways until we had another potential buy, and then the market moving back up over 100 points to help mitigate some of the losses from the morning session. The good news is it's very rare situation that what we saw in the morning session actually happens. It is really a one-off when you look back at that. We haven't seen that for an awful long time. They come now and again, and I couldn't give you any sort of statistics on it, but it's so rare it's not even worth going back and looking for. But that's like I say, it's just one of those one-off events. It's out of the way now. It can happen with the flash news as well, because there's so much released so close together, but as a rule not the case. But you can see what was behind the move in the news, and then it was just off, wasn't it? Just 300 points to the upside there. But as I say, if you look at it as it is, it's the 200 MA and the psychological level there lending huge support for this market. It wouldn't break through and continue down towards the DP at all. Let's have a quick look at overnight. And there's the 20,000 level that the market is hoping to get through. It will do by Christmas, no doubt. But at the moment, prices have come up towards yesterday's all-time high. And at the moment, sitting just below the close and the 200 MA, but not doing a lot at this time. Okay, that's it for this one. So have a great day. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.